Hey, don't adjust your dials. What's going on? What's going on? Underground West, first one here. Appreciate you, Underground West. What's going on? Hey, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, aka Man of the People, and OTAs. The phase three of this whole offseason process has begun. First day of OTAs, Bryce Young said it's like the football mini Christmas because it's not full on basketball yet. I'm sorry, it's not full on Christmas time yet, but it's like the first time that they're all getting together, they're out on the field, they're running around, and I'm gonna always pull the ropes back a little bit, the reins back a little bit. Say, hey, it's just OTAs, helmets, shorts, etc. We can't get too excited yet, but we can be excited about the process in general. Dave Canales, it was his second year. Bryce Young, second year under Dave Canales' offense. So the first time in his pro career that he's going to have that he's going to have the same coach, which is good. But nevertheless, let me get this ask out there from you all. Man of the People needs your help to reach 20,000 subscribers. It's going to help me do more and more for you guys. You know, last year, traveled to every single game, had interviews. We want to continue to grow that independent media 100% supported by you all. So do me the favor, hit that like button if you already have. Hit the subscribe button. If you've already done those, just leave a comment. Just help spread the word. We really want to get to 20,000 subscribers. And now we're going to do what you all love so very much. I'm going to share highlights from today's first day of OTAs. Now, these highlights are provided courtesy of our good friends, the Carolina Panthers. So let's go ahead and get going here. You got Bryce Young back at work. Andy Dalton, the red rifle, has returned. And here's what you really want to see, right? Your new acquisitions, Winfro, T Mac, our first round draft pick. Excuse me, getting some reps and going through things. Look at the footwork. Look at the footwork. Working on get him off you. Get him off you. Focus on your running route. Make the catch away from his body, and that's something that you're going to see Xavier Legette. He talked about working on this offseason was catching the ball more away from his body. Right now, they don't have him fully padded, so it's kind of easier for those guys to practice that. But you see T Mac, when he made his catch, he had the ball well out in front of him, away from his body. Bryce Young today talked about his catch radius and said, yeah, it makes it quarterback friendly when you have somebody with T Mac's wingspan height to give you a very, very large catch radius. So that'll wrap up all the highlights from today's practice. Again, that was courtesy of the Carolina Panthers. When I do have a chance to get out there, which I don't think I'm going to be out there tomorrow, but maybe this weekend I'll be out there and be able to bring you guys my bread and butter highlights of practice, which will be a little bit longer than what you just saw there that the Panthers provided us. But thanks to the Carolina Panthers for providing that. So let's go ahead and get into some of the interviews that we were able to have today with three people: Head Coach Dave Canales, starting quarterback Bryce Young, and then second-year wide receiver Xavier Legette. We're going to go ahead and start first with Xavier Legette. Why? Because, you know, he's a guy that had a lot of criticism, deservedly so. First round pick last year. They traded up, even though they didn't trade up a whole lot, but they traded up to get him in the first round just so they can get that fifth-year option that you can get on a first-year player. Xavier had some ups and downs, right? He also probably hit that rookie wall that you hear so many guys hit, in which they kind of, you know, it's longer than a college season, and they're trying to grind through it and make it through it. But today, Xavier Legette talked about last year, and you know, he was asked about, hey, were you too hard on yourself? Because you seemed like you really were, and I love his comments. I'm going to share it with you.
No, I wouldn't necessarily say it was harder than I needed it to be. I mean, I coached us games. I mean, it's a new season, so I'm gonna start it off fresher. But I mean, if that same thing happen again this year, God forbid, though, but it's gonna be the same way. Yeah, I don't never want to do nothing negative. I want everything positive.
How challenging will it be to be more like
So I'm going to play it again one more time because it was pretty fast. What's going on, South Carolina Panthers boy? Welcome back, Chris. Long time no see and no. I got the glasses nearby. I got we got longer daylight periods right now, so I'm able to right now, and I made all the fonts on my computer larger, but I'm sure you guys will unfortunately see the glasses some more. But yeah, let's go ahead and play that clip one more time because it's pretty quick, and he has an accent that sometimes you need to hear the second time around. But here's Xavier Legette talking about last season, and was he too hard on himself?
No, I wouldn't necessarily say it was harder than I needed it to be. I mean, I coached us games. I mean, it's a new season, so I'm gonna start it off fresher. But I mean, if that same thing happen again this year, God forbid, though, but it's gonna be the same way. Yeah, I don't never want to do nothing negative. I want everything positive.
How challenging will it be?
So I like that. I like that he said I cost us games. I like that he said, I don't want to ever do anything negative. We're going to be better. The reason that I like it is because of the accountability. It doesn't guarantee how much better he's going to be this year, but hearing him say that gives me confidence that he knows it wasn't good enough last year. He also went on to talk about, T-Mac being drafted by the Carolina Panthers. It wasn't a surprise to him. He knew that may happen. He had talks with the staff inside, and was he mad about it? No. And you should find that most competitors don't get mad about competition. They'll that's what makes them good is competition. So, he thanked the staff or acknowledged it was good of the staff to let him know that they may be taking T-Mac. But he also said this, like, they want to win. Like, I get it. They want to win. They want to get better people here so that we can compete. And also you had the veteran Adam Thielen saying, they now have a competitive wide receiver room. Maybe not the most competitive. He's not saying that. But he's just saying, and compared to previous years when it was more like, just get a body in here. We have bodies. This year, they're able to do more and have guys that push you and make you feel like, hey, if I'm not on top of my game, this guy may be pushing me down. And so it's going to force you to be better. So hats off to the Panthers organization for being able to get this team now at that point where these guys feel that. And hats off to Xavier Legette for saying it's all good. It's going to do nothing but make us better, having two competitive guys out there in that wide receiver slot. Bryce Young also had a chance to speak with the media today, and he spoke about, there's some good things that come with being in the second year with the same coach, the same offensive coordinator, and he's not the offensive coordinator, but he does have the same offensive coordinator and the same coach. Same offense from Dave Canales.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great again, just being able to start at a higher level in the off season, being able to focus on growth rather than learning. Focus on knowing what's expected, knowing exactly the things that you've done well and you have to continue to do well, things to improve on. You look at all those things and you kind of just have that goal and that goalpost throughout the off season, and you have things that you could target to work on. You have the conversations with the coaches, and you know what to expect, and because of that, you have such a more clear direction. When you're have a new system, it's kind of you just want to overall get better. You don't know because, you're not 100% sure how the experience are going to go, and you don't know exactly how it plays out. But having this opportunity, it's been great.
And that is a reason to get excited. That is what I've been talking about, and what I'll continue to talk about is the fact that we have a season upcoming in which a lot of things are the same. The head coach, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, your quarterback, a whole lot of your offensive line, on and on, right? You got a lot of the pieces that build a franchise for sustained success returning, and you coming off a season in which it was promising. Things got better and better and better, and you feel like now we can build on things. It doesn't mean that we have to make the Super Bowl, but it just gives you a lot of confidence because of the benefit when you have things around for more than just 1 year. And their good things is that you get a lot of continuity, you get a lot of confidence, you get a lot of self-esteem boost, and those things could lead to some success, some really good success. Now, Bryce also talked about the guy that we just spoke about there, Xavier Legette, and him in his second year, what he's seen so far.
I think you just see the comfortability that year one to year two. Again, second year in the system, understanding how the league is. Him being able to, to be healthy, to have an off season, to get through all this stuff, to come back healthy. He put a lot of work in to do that in the offseason that obviously no one sees. But if you're around here and you're around him, you know the work he put in. So just seeing the experience kind of comes to play, and it definitely shows in the confidence, in the production, in practice. Taking a lot more of a leadership role, too, in the wide receiver room. Again, a lot of young guys that are trying to come in and learn the system, and now year two, he's doing a lot of directing out there. We have different formations or different routes. You hear him out there communicating, hey, I'm on, I got this. Hey, I'm off, you're here. So you just see him jumping into that role. It's great to see.
So Xavier Legette impressing Bryce Young with his confidence, his leadership, talking to the other players. I'm kind of curious, what T-Mac and like Mitchell Evans have been saying about getting used to hearing Xavier Legette's accent. Honestly, in my opinion, it seems like it's still there, but it seems like it's not as heavy as it was last year. But speaking of those new acquisitions, T-Mac, Evans, Bryce, he commented as well on what he's seeing as a quarterback. It's important to get his perspective because he's the one that has to make this all work when the ball is hiked. But he talked about these rookie wide receivers and what he's seeing so far.
It's a really dynamic group. Them coming in and bringing great energy, great depth. Again, this was kind of the first day where you get to see it live and, see it in 11-on-11 and 7-on-7. But even on air, you could tell. And all guys are really they want to work. They want to do better. They've asked me a ton of questions, asked the guys in their room a ton of questions. Obviously, the rookies have those rookie meetings and stay a little longer. And everyone's been telling me how attentive people have been, how locked in everyone's been. So it's great for us. Again, just getting new energy, new guys that can come contribute to the team.
So let me go ahead and give some shout-outs to Jester90. Good evening. Look forward to your coverage this year. Keep pounding. I absolutely will. Appreciate you. And Underground West, good to see the fan base excited for Panthers football again. Trill One, what's up? Yeah, you should be excited. It is great to see the fan base excited. And I think we all love offense, right? You can say defense wins championships, but we all first get attracted to offense and touchdowns and deep passes and long runs, et cetera, right? Our head coach is an offensive guy, right? He's not the coordinator, but he has his hands in the pot quite a bit. So today I want to play for you with Dave. Now, he had his usual excitement. I forgot to tell you some things at the top of the show, which is the Carolina Panthers have secured their preseason joint practice with the Houston Texans. So we're going to have two. We're going to have one with the Browns, and then we're going to have a joint practice with the Houston Texans. Big benefit of that is our first regular season game will be down in Jacksonville, where it's not going to be 70 degrees with a light 10-mile-an-hour breeze and just feeling like you're on the beach. It's going to feel hot and muggy and humid. And so using the opportunity to get down there in Houston and have that practice helps them get prepared for that first game. And I've been saying that since the schedule came out. It's not that game suddenly becomes, we're going to be up against a big disadvantage because they're used to it. No, it's going to be everybody's first game of the season. So nobody's going to be out there and not be gassed. But you do want to do as best as you can to get conditions for that, to give yourself an opportunity to not get exposed because you're gassed. You want to get beat because the other team's better, not because you're not in as good a shape for the conditions that you're playing in. But nevertheless, they will have that Browns Texans joint practice. They will not have a joint practice with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have their two, so that's enough there. Also, some injuries to talk about today. Jalen Coker, Derek Brown, and this one more, Taylor Moton. They were all on the sides today, going through things, not participating in the team drills. Jalen Coker is recovering from, what did he have? No, he has some soft tissue issues, so they're bringing him back slowly. but he's looking strong in the words of Dave Canales, Taylor Moton, Derek Brown, as you know, veterans, so they're also crawling back into it. Tommy Tremble did have surgery on his back. He is expected to be back in training camp, not going to be out for a season. Again, Tommy Tremble has surgery on his back. He will be expected to be back doing training camp. And DJ Wanham, his back flared up, so he did not practice today. All right, so those are your injury reports. Play it back if you need to hear it again. What's up? We got one of our members. I can't hit the sound effects, but Darrell, one of our members. What's up, Chris? As always, thanks for the coverage. You're welcome, and thank you for being a member. Actually, I found it. Let me go ahead and give the member love that we love to do right there. There we go. There we go. Thank you, Darrell, for being a member. And let's go ahead and get into our head coach talking about some of these new weapons. One of them is a wide receiver, Renfro, who he was out of the league for a year. Stepped away, had to deal with some things, and now he's back. And Canales talked about what he's looking like.
Yeah, I would say like weekly, because of the muscle memory of a guy who's been a really good player, you see weekly he just makes these huge strides, just getting his feet under him. And I can tell too, just having coached wide receivers, especially, he's got a lot in his game, releases, top of the route setup, avoidance, different things where he can double up stuff at the top of his routes, and you can see him kind of working through his inventory, kind of his tool bag, if you will. And it's been really cool to just watch him, as his feet get underneath him and the explosiveness and all the little things show up. It's been really fun to see.
So, Renfro looking good, developing, this guy who's has some talent, and we're going to see where this goes. So you can certainly get excited about a lot of things. Again, right now I'm just going to be talking about the offensive side because we have an offensive-minded coach, and we have some clips of him talking about that offense. But you got T-Mac, new addition. You got Renfro, new addition. You got Xavier Legette going into his second year, hopefully pissed off, seeming like he is, that he didn't have the kind of season that he wanted to his rookie year. Then you got the veteran, Adam Thielen, who is probably rejuvenated because he's like, hey, I got these young guys that are going to be pushing me, trying to take some of my snaps. I'm not about that. I'm still trying to teach these rookies that they got something to learn from the old man. And then you got Jalen Coker. Hopefully I didn't miss any. But, yeah, I'm excited. I hope you are too. And let's have one more clip. T-Mac. Tutorial McMillan. He's had a little bit of time. And, we're eager to compare. How is he progressing from rookie minicamp to now? It's not been a lot. It's really just been book knowledge, and now they're running routes with Bryce. But we got to share it with you.
Yeah, it's just all about being comfortable. It's about getting him out of this place where he's got to think a lot about what he's doing and all that, and we're still there, but he's working hard, and he had a great day today. He got to meet Mike Jack and J.C. Horn today, and he won some, lost some. That's good, and that's how we become us. We make us better by bringing our best every day, and so it was really good to see him out there competing.
So T-Mac making some progress, but obviously, he's still the rookie of all rookies, right? So they're going to continue to work with him and see where he goes, and I'm excited about it. Hopefully you guys are excited about it too. I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. Again, we're trying to reach 20,000 subscribers. Hopefully we can do that. And things like this right here, video like this, hopefully this encourages you guys to share the word, like the video, subscribe, and help us grow. The bigger we grow, the more that we can do. And we're independent media, so whatever you like, I'm going to continue to push that and get that content for you. So thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow, day 2 of OTAs. Got the whole schedule out there, but basically we're here. We're going to cover it, and we're always going to take your questions. Members get preference, so if you are a member, that's one of your benefits. Link is in the description for anybody that is able to support independent media. Everything that we do, every dollar, every penny comes from you guys. We don't have any big sponsors. Thank you so much. I'll let you watch the end of this clip with the highlights. Again, courtesy of the Carolina Panthers. I'm Chris Jenkins for Charlotte Vibe. Thank you all so much for tuning in.